Not crazy they keep perma buffing and just the 80 carry while top laners eat shit with lane swaps. I honestly don't think that like lane swaps are just, I don't think that they're that unhealthy for the game. This is not like a lane swap situation like it was in season 5 where top laners are going to be like level 1 at like 10 minutes. You know, oh my god, Beichuan, Jesus. Like the lane swap iterations right now I don't think are like that bad for the game. I don't even think they're bad for like watching experience either. Like the lane swaps are decently active. You know, like people are diving pretty common like level 3. I would rather watch lane swaps like these than watch Ashe support versus like Lucian Nami versus Nico Renata Kalista perma or Heimerdinger support. Like I'd rather watch these lane swaps than all like the uninteractive lanes. Like I'm surprised that people really liked watching things like Zeri Yumi versus like Lulu Aphelios more than they like watching the lane swaps. I feel like this is common sentiment, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel the same at all from watching the game. I think that like literally what it is a lot of people just don't understand what's happening in the lane swaps. Like casual viewers can't figure out like what is happening most of the time. So like I guess they're not looking at like the decisions that are being made. Top laners forced to play low econ non-carry top laners, but that's just not true, right? People are definitely playing carry top laners. People are not forced to play low econ not carry top laners. We can agree on that because that's just a fact, right? But if we look at yesterday, the top lane picks were Jace and Bessa were the first two champions picked, first 2 top laners picked. Game number 2 had Rumble versus Cassante, so that's 3 carry top laners, 1 low econ. Game after that had Aurelia picked and Gnar, so 2 more carry top laners. Game after that had Jax picked and Aatrox picked, so more carry top laners. And then the final game had Akali picked and Olaf picked. Like if you just go and you look at the drafts from yesterday and you just look at what people are playing, the idea that people are only playing low econ top laners is just not true. Like Mbessa was picked in this series. It's like Mbessa versus Jace, Cassante versus Rumble, Renekton versus Orin. There's like 2 low econ, 4 like decent econ top laners. I don't know. It's just not, that's just not happening. Can't play squishy tops. I mean, Gnar is like one of the squishiest tops in the game and people pick that. Jace is not a tank at level 2. Like Jace is not really a tank at level 2. Like Akali is squishy. That's being played. Olaf is squishy. That's being played. If Aatrox was level 1 and 0 CS almost 4 minutes into the game, it's not champ viability, it's lane swaps. Yeah, I mean, there's different iterations of lane swaps based on what your team is doing, but you could also like misplay the lane swap. You can play the lane swap well. I mean, I could see like, let me see, what was that? It was game 4. T1 versus HLE game 4. I mean, if he was level 1 at 4 minutes, then he did something wrong in the lane swap, right? So then you should probably see like what the mistakes he's making. Okay, so here, the reason why he's level 1 is because Zeus made a bad judgment call. He thought that because enemy team has Viego, Karma, Caitlyn doesn't look like good dive. Like normally the good dive champions have some point of like some point and click CC, like things like Poppy E or Leona Q, or you know, like Elise doesn't have point and click CC, but she has CC and the ability to repel the turret. She like Caitlyn is not a champion that does insane damage compared to other champions when it comes to like just killing a single target under turret level 2. Because of this, he didn't go for doing the 4-man, like the get level 2 mid into 4-man dive angle of the Jax. He thought that both people could survive under the turret. So because of that like misjudgment call, he ends up staying top. And then on the other side of things, Doran got dove. But there's things you could do to prevent getting dove. Like if you want to play to the defensive version of the swap, your support gets level 2 bases, then goes bot. How about we remove lane swaps? I mean, I'm okay. I mean, sure. I'm just telling you that like the way that people frame it is just like, it's just a lie, right? Like it's not even like an opinion thing. The idea that people are only playing tank top laners or low econ top laners because of lane swaps is just a flat out lie. So you can like perpetuate that and just like say that as like your reasoning, but I'm just like making sure that we're all on the same page that is factually a lie, because the games are played and we can see the champions that are being picked. It's not like top laners are not being picked. like carry top laners not being picked. We've seen Aurelia, we've seen Rumble, we've seen Jax, Aatrox, we see Camille, we see Renekton. Like we see all the carry top laners. We actually see like not many tanks at all. Like there's only a few people that are willing to like go like a Gragas in a lane swap, or like do like the Scion and like die in the lane swap. You know, like Bwipo's playing Urgot. Like people are playing everything right now. Yeah, I just think that the game is way more fun to watch when more champions can be picked, because the thing is, it's like, yeah, like top laners suffer. But before, what was happening is that you would just pick Ashe support with Varus. You just pick these really abusive, like 80 carry support lanes. You'd pick Heimerdinger. You'd pick all these really, really cringe lanes. And essentially what would end up happening in the game was that the bot laners would just have to like really, really suffer. Like the game was becoming so scripted. The junglers just had to like hover bot from level 3. It just felt like whoever drafted Ashe would just like auto win almost. Like I just felt like it was like a very boring thing to watch. I would much rather watch like this action. Like this is a lane swap game, right? This is how a lane swap game looks. It's not like nothing happens in the lane swap. Like if you watch this lane swap game, it's like, okay, they're like going for a dive top. I just feel like there's more things happening. Like bot is trying to dive, mid is trying to dive, then they reorient their lanes. It's not like the lane swap lasts forever. The lane swap happens, like they end up rematching the lanes at 4 minutes. So you only got like 2.5 minutes of an actual lane swap in the game, maybe even less than that. When did Corki go top? Oh, sorry, Corki went top the way before. When did Corki actually get top here? Corki went top. Corki was top by 3:30. So you only got 2 minutes of a lane swap in the game. There's only 2 minutes of the game being actual lane swap. And because there's like, you know, more freedom on the support and stuff like that, and lanes are less punishing, because once you get to level 3, everyone can kind of like lane a little bit more. You're getting more action happening in the games, which is what I want to see happen. Like, I don't know. I just think that like people make it seem like these lane swaps are old lane swaps where the whole like the first 10-15 minutes of the game is completely scripted. You just like trade towers, and you know, the top laner is level 1 at 15 minutes. Like that's how people are making it seem, where in reality most lane swaps are a very small portion of the game. Well, no carry top things feel so fake because carry tops weren't being picked on the regular tanks, still the kings of top before. But it's like we don't even see tanks that often. Like the only tank that's high prio is Cassante. All the other tanks are pretty niche when it comes to when they're being picked. Like right now the meta is like the best top laners in the game in most people's eyes are like Jace, Ambessa, Rumble, Cassante. And then into Ambessa you'll play Renekton. And then like into Cassante you have other options, like you have like Gnar that can be played. You have like Jax that can be played. I mean, why don't we just go Games of Legends? Games of Legends. So these are the highest prio top laners in the game. And you got to remember that this Poppy information is fake. It's saying 70 bans. It's including it in top, but it's actually all support bans, right? Poppy top is not banned 70 times. It is support bans. So, and Maokai is banned for like jungle and jungle mainly, not top lane. So these are both fake. Just keep in mind that both of these are fake numbers, because when it goes through, it's only picked 8 times in each, right? The pick rate is so much lower than the other one. So the other ones. So if you actually look at the numbers, Cassante is the highest prevalent. Cassante is just OP. Then you have Rumble, Ambessa, Jace, Jax, Gnar, Renekton. Aurora is mainly mid. I wouldn't consider that. Galio is like flex. Akali I would not consider. This I wouldn't consider either. Udyr I would consider it top lane pick. So the Udyr is something I would consider. Like that would be like low econ, like tanky style, or in Gragas. And then Camille is like pretty much same pick rate as these as well. Like Scion, I don't know. When you look through, it's majority carry tops. That's the point. It's majority carry tops. Like this is just what the regions are doing. LEC Prios tanks, do they? You check. This is the OP thing about like having stats, right? Is that we don't need to like make up narratives. We can just actually check. All right, LEC, take away the Maokai again because this is a jungle ban, right? So it's Cassante, Ambessa, Jace, Poppy is support ban, Rumble, Jax, Gnar. Maokai is like probably more. I mean, it's only been picked one time top lane in LEC, so the idea that this is like a top ban, no, I mean that's just a jungle ban, right? This is just a support ban. So it is quite literally just like the same exact champion prios in LEC. Actually, just the same exact champion prios. Like there's 2 Scion picks, 1 Cho'Gath pick. Or sorry, there's 2 Scion picks, 2 Cho'Gath pick, 4 Ornn picks. But that's not prio, right? Like this is prio. Or Renekton. I mean, yeah, it's the same prios. I don't know. It's like majority carry tops. Kalista, Vi, and Bessa all out. Okay. First pick Jace. They're going for a tank top laner. Also, like Jace is not really mainly play tank. Normally, it's the build is like you either go Cleaver or Shojin, and then you go Fimbulwinter, and then you like build more AD. Is what people are doing. Some people go full tank though. Most people are going like off tank.
这个波比暗调确实有可能会让 Knight 选择塞拉斯或者说阿卡丽这种突进型的角色。
But also the point about Jace being a tank, it's like Jace is only a tank once you get items on Jace. It's not a champion that like you ever want to be low econ. If you have like a low econ Jace and a low econ Scion or a low econ Maokai, the Maokai is going to be 10 times as useful. So it's still a high econ champion that builds tank. Ooh. They're going for the Nidalee, the Bait on Nidalee. I mean, he's been pretty good on it before. I think it's kind of hard to execute. Nidalee, Leona. I mean, they're going Leona because Braum is out, right? Braum is out because of Fearless, so they go the Leona pick instead. Or like with higher prio. Rel is out as well. I mean, you have options here for on. Like you can do a lot of different things here. Thing is, you don't normally want to go something that's like a peel champ. I mean, normally you'll just take a top laner you want to take. Like this is an angle to potentially take something like Jax even. Jax pretty decent into Leona. Has the ability to also play swaps pretty well. And it has been, so I think that, yeah, it's always the thing that you can go for. And what are the bans for BLG? Been still the best top this year? I mean, I don't think you can make these types of like judgments yet. I think Bin has played way less games than somebody like Zeus. I think Bin has played... Have they lost a game yet? Was that the first game they lost? Have they only played 6 games before the series? Whereas Zeus played 5 games just yesterday, you know? Aurora ban. Okay.
是我感觉这里加里奥可能也要考虑一下，因为感觉右边阵容是有点小怕加里奥。
因为洛能够进场，然后配上加里奥再进的话，可能会给到 DT 这种 poke 阵非常大的一个阵型摧毁。还是维克托。怎么说？现在需要一个能打架的法师，说白了，就不能那种闭眼农的。
Can figure out what part of my message isn't allowed. T1 a banned word. Yeah, we banned T1 for the day because T1 lost yesterday, so like a lot of people are coming in like freaking out, trying to make the whole conversation about T1, which it's fine, bro. T1 will play again soon.
但是我觉得现在这个对局有豹女，但不一样。杰斯走上，然后再选一个塞拉斯，怎么样？但我感觉右边大招有点香啊。中野双 AP， 看他们怎么想。哦，先拿一个剑。Step 玩的就是这种近战肉搏的，会输吗？看怎么想，主要最后这个杰斯到底怎么分线。
Jin pick. I mean, what are they gonna pick mid? I feel like they need something with some power. I mean, they could go something like Galio, I guess. Actually, Galio. I generally like Galio into Akali. They go Orin and they're gonna put the Jace mid. I mean, that makes sense. That's actually a pretty good flex. Jace goes mid, and then Bin plays Gnar. So it's like poke comp with pretty decent front line. But I think BLG will just win. No, they can just skip over the front line pretty easily. They just need to flank. I think BLG wins this one. Alright, I'm gonna change the moderation settings because like the thing is, I'm just seeing everyone type T1 anyway. So I'm just getting aids no matter what, you know? I'm gonna play the ads real quick and I'll try to figure this out. How do I unban it? Where is it? Settings, moderation.
也能够起到一个联动的效果，
对，
远距离给狙一枪，
你扎毛也能狙一枪，杰斯的强化炮打到也能
Move
狙一枪。
this.
这把感觉豹女可以继续出大面具，然后世界专注那一套，就打阿卡丽这种
All right, okay.
有视野的
We
话，
allowed it.
好克制他。
嗯，
You know, it's so bad to like ban words actually,
首先这个阵容
because then like
要比上一把好很多。
then I just get to see it regardless. So I'm just getting perma aids, and
就是阿斌如果能优势的话，
and no one in chat, and then I just like, and then my mood is just getting worse and worse, and everyone just looks at me like I'm a fucking crazy person because like they're not getting to see all the messages that are not allowed.
所以这把如果阿斌的纳尔可以，
I mean, the annoying thing isn't even that like people are still typing it. The annoying thing is like every time just seeing it get moderated, you know, like seeing it like T1 and then it's like the message above it, like the auto mod message above it. It's just like my whole chat is just auto mod.
这把
It's just auto mod T1, auto mod T1, auto mod T1, auto mod T1. That is my entire fucking chat, bro.
那个我们说人什么3岁看老，豹女是那个15分钟看这把的局势，对吧？你前15分钟这豹女是优势，那还能玩一玩。你前15分钟这音序我没声音了，那后面索拉卡了直接，这打团就在那奶啊，只能就后面一直在那奶。
这边 TT 抱团入侵，
依然是更强势的一方哦，进来直接放眼，但当然没有扫到后面洛留下的这个眼位。TT 这边肯定是希望这个奥恩能够前面发育一下的，
对，
就把线一换，然后看看这个奥恩前面能不能抗住。
I'll be empty without T1 fans. Not true, bro.
BLG 这边一级也没有去抢信息哦，来看一下双方最终的分线应该是能对上。
对，这边就给了一个眼，好，迎面撞上一个北川，
那也留不住他。
知道北川
They're trying to enter through here. This is actually like pretty smart by
李修南
by TT. They or by BLG. They were trying to enter through here, so they didn't show on this ward. But then TT was able to like, you know, force them out.
换野区了。
TT 是舒服
Is it even worth sweeping this ward? I don't see what the point of sweeping this ward is.
下路本身对线前面也不是特别好应对。
嗯。